America's mayor, Rudy Giuliani. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's a welcome. It's really a very welcome to be with you. You're so terrific.
Oh, you're so sweet. So I want to talk about you first crossed paths with Comey. You know him. In the Manhattan U.S. Attorney's Office, where he served as an assistant prosecutor, you were his boss. Now, you stated you regretted hiring him back then. And now, based on these reports that we're seeing, how strong do you think this case against him is? And do you expect him to face even more charges?
Well, it is very extraordinarily disappointing to have hired him. I'm pretty realistic about things like that. I don't worry myself about guilt that I can't do anything about, because there's plenty that I can do something about. I had no idea that he was anything but quite a good, better, I can't say great, but I can say average. He was a better than average to very good assistant U.S. attorney candidate. I didn't have any lingering doubts when I hired him. I always measured three people against each other in the final process. Getting hired in the U.S. Attorney's Office is kind of like as difficult as in those days getting into Harvard Law School. Mm-hmm. We had our pick of the top graduates of every major law school. And then some people we might want to take from a district attorney's office who had local knowledge. It was a very sought-after job. He was a good assistant U.S. attorney. And the first time I realized there was something wrong with him was long after I had been with him, kept up with him a bit. And that's when he went after Martha Stewart, when he became U.S. attorney. I thought the Martha Stewart case was the sign of a publicity-hungry, out-of-control prosecutor because of an unnecessary case. And you could look into your soul and very easily say, without any doubt, case never would have been brought if it were your next-door neighbor or just somebody else, or even a wealthy financial guy. I started insider trading prosecution, so you can't argue with me. And the rule was, first time, no crimes, unless there's aggravating circumstances, civil plea. And civil pleas are a killer. They can bar you from trading for 5 years. They can take a lot of money from you. But what they do is, it's like a warning ticket with teeth, right? Mm-hmm. They tell you, now you know that insider trading, unlike taking a tip at the track, is a crime. Don't do it. He went ahead. He made a big deal out of it. He made a jerk out of himself doing it. So he did that again when he refused to sign an affidavit for national security. So this guy, he likes the spotlight.
I didn't realize he was the one that spearheaded that case against Martha Stewart, which you're saying it could have been just a fine. So why do you think that is? Do you think that's also what motivated him to go after President Trump as well?
What I missed in the interview, and I didn't on others, other people I didn't hire for this reason, was that extraordinary extra desire for self-adulation. Look, most U.S. attorneys are outgoing people. You're not going to have the guts to stand in front of a jury and argue a difficult case. They have to be able to relate to the public. We have to be transparent. We can't be afraid of press conferences. And we should make use of press conferences for the right reason, like catching criminals. And I use press conferences probably more than anyone, but never for self-aggrandization. I never spoke at a press conference without having the FBI, the police department, all the people that were really responsible. I didn't go in with a gun and arrest them, do a lot of the speaking and giving them all the credit. When I said on 9/11 that I rested on the shoulders of giants and it was the cops and the firefighters that did it, I had said that 1,000 times as a U.S. attorney. He didn't have that feeling. He didn't know how to turn it back. It was all about Jim Comey. Then I kept very close to the U.S. Attorney's Office. I was the best U.S. attorney, I'm sorry, Lidia, I have to say this, that they had probably since Tom Dewey. And certainly the best one of the last 100 years. So they would come to me because they couldn't do things like I did. None of them accomplished anything a quarter of what I accomplished. So I was friendly with a lot of them, and they were starting to tell me, this guy's a real in it for himself guy.